come on. Oh, fuck. You promise? I promise. Okay, I got this.
Hey!
Get the fuck away from her!
Relax, alright? Come on, we're just having fun.
Having fun. She's drugged.
That's a little extreme, don't you think? I mean, it's not my fault she can't handle her alcohol.
She doesn't drink.
You know her? I can't let you do that.
Get out of my way!
Can't do that either.
Get your hands off of me!
Feisty little thing, aren't you?
Hey, asshole. Fuck! Are you alright? He's out for now, but we don't have much time. You start the car and I'll carry Rain down.
Thank you.
What are you doing here? Is everything okay?
Don't panic.
Why would I panic? What the fuck is this?
Okay, Rain got roofied.
What?
But I got to her in time before anything happened, and Benji was there to stop things from escalating.
I don't...
All that matters is that Rain's okay, and that both Benji and I got a good hard look at him so he won't get away with it.
I'm sorry, but she's heavier than she looks.
Benji, right. Second door to your right?
Got it.
How the hell did this even happen? I mean, the kid doesn't even drink. And where the fuck was Bellamy?
Malika, have you seen the girl I was with? Black hair, blue eyes.
Yeah, she went off with some guy.
What?
She looked like she had too many drinks. So he said he'd lay her down in one of the bedrooms upstairs.
No.
Hey, I'm heading home. I'll fill Noah in.
Make sure you let him know she's okay right away, though. Otherwise, you're going to have a panic attack on your hands.
How about I just tell him to come home and let you take care of the rest? Something tells me you'll know how to handle him better.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Hey, Benji? Thank you.
Happy to have helped.
Sweet kid. I kind of feel bad about calling him what's-his-face for the past 3 months.
How'd you get to
You
her?
know I drove.
After you've been drinking all night. You could have gotten yourself killed.
Well, I didn't, so...
Yeah, because you got lucky.
Yeah, I'm totally feeling lucky tonight.
This isn't a fucking joke. How could you be so reckless?
What was I supposed to do? Noah wasn't answering his phone, you were nowhere to be found, and Rain was getting raped. Please, tell me what I was supposed to do. I promised I would get to her in time. I was willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen, and I did. Nobody got hurt, nobody died, Rain didn't get raped. And you want to make it about what I shouldn't have done? Like, I don't fucking know not to drive under the influence if it was any other circumstance?
I just don't...
Now, you don't get to put your 2 cents in after the fact. You don't know you weren't there.
I should have been. I'm sorry you had to go through it alone.
Well, everything turned out okay in the end.
I don't think I could have lived with myself if it didn't. If anything happened to Rain. Or you. I don't know how I'm going to live with myself right now, to be honest.
Hey. Everyone's okay. Rain is safe and nobody got hurt. So this is not something worth beating yourself up over.
If I just didn't...
This is not going to be your mother 2.0, okay? It wasn't your fault then, and it's not your fault now. Do you hear me? I need to know you understand that this isn't your fault. I can't have you spiraling.
I won't.
I need to hear you say it.
It's not my fault.
Now say it like you mean it.
It's not my fault.
Good.
Faye!
Benji? What is it? Did you just come home? It's way past your curfew.
No one needs to get home. Right now.
Why? What's going on?
Something happened to his sister.
Which sister?
What does it matter? The younger one.
What happened to Rain?
What are you doing out of bed?
I didn't want to wake you.
Did something happen? Did you have another nightmare?
No, it's not that. Rain called Raven a while back. She was drugged at the party.
Oh my god.
Raven got to her in time before the guy could... She's upstairs sleeping.
So she's fine?
Yeah.
What about the son of a bitch who did this?
Both Raven and Faye's brother got a good look at him. Rain probably did too before he drugged her. We'll see what she remembers in the morning, or if she even knew him at all.
I'm so sorry about all of this.
It's okay, guys, seriously. Tonight really put things in perspective, and I know now that I gave you two a lot more shit than I needed to. I'm sorry about that. Obviously, you two can do whatever you want and fuck whomever you please. Just don't let it affect your job.
No, yeah, definitely I won't. I wasn't expecting that.
This bitch.
Is she here?
Oh, now you're interested.
Is Rain here or not?
It's all right, Bellamy.
No, it's not all right. This happened because of
That's
you.
not true.
I was gone for a minute.
Don't fucking lie.
Raven?
I saw you getting high with some girl, so try again,
Okay,
bitch.
easy.
I just want to see her.
You're not going anywhere near her.
I need to know she's okay.
She's fine. She's upstairs and she's sleeping.
No thanks to you, bitch.
Okay, let's just take a seat over here.
You relapsed?
That's not important right now.
Rain's fine, Bellamy. Are you? All right, I'm gonna take her to her dorm.
She can take herself.
No, she can't. She's high.
She got here just fine.
You want me to let her walk around at 3 a.m.?
That's not our problem.
She's just a kid, Raven.
No, Rain is just a kid. She's 21 years old. She can find her own way.
I'm so sorry, Rain.
Bellamy?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see her.
Come on. You need to sleep things off, too. That doesn't look right. I asked you for directions to your dorm.
I need to do this first.
Bellamy.
This happened because of me.
No, it didn't. The only one to blame is the guy who roofied her.
And I can help take him down. I know who dealt him.
Then they'll still be here tomorrow, after you...
After I what? I already relapsed. It's in my system. There's nothing we can do about that now. What I can do is try and make this right by holding this son of a bitch accountable.
All right. You do what you need to do. But call me on Rain's phone the second you need a ride back to your dorm, okay?
Hey.
What is it? Is Jonah back?
No, you were just fidgeting in your sleep. Bad dream?
Raven!
Noah,
Benji mentioned something about Rain. Did something happen to her?
everything's fine.
I have 2 missed calls from her and like a dozen from you. What the hell happened?
She's fine. She's just...
Where is she?
Noah, I need you to stop for a second and take a deep breath.
Let me just...
Do what she says.
Rain got roofied.
What?
But she was very smart about it, and she made sure to both call me and send me her location before she passed out.
Is she okay, though?
I got to her in time before he could do anything to her. She's most likely not even going to remember anything by the time she wakes up tomorrow morning.
Noah?
Benji, who was at the party, must have seen me go upstairs and followed me.
Guys, something's happening over here.
Noah?
He's having a panic attack. Help me sit him down. Eileen, get me a glass of water.
She tried to call me.
Breathe with me, okay? Breathe in. And out. And in. There you go. Do you want to see her?
Aren't you supposed to be a nurse or something?
Back for more already.
Are you dealing Rothanol?
Wow. Princess won't put out?
Answer the question.
How much do you need?
Who have you sold it to?
That's confidential.
Did you sell it to anyone tonight?
No way. I mean, I heard rumors going around that some girl got roofied, but the princess... Don't tell me it was while you were here with me. Your ex-girlfriend of all people. Messy, messy, messy. Look at the bright side. You'll never have to worry about your relationship being boring again.
Shut up.
Kinky.
Who did you sell it to?
Yeah, that's still not gonna happen. In fact, I'm going to need you to make sure she doesn't press any charges.
You're out of your fucking mind if you think I'm gonna help you clean up this mess.
See, the thing is, he's not the most loyal client, and I bet if it comes to a plea deal with a lower sentence if he rats his dealer out.
That sounds fucking fantastic. Let's do that.
I'm gonna need you to look at the corner real quick. A nanny cam. Something about a maid stealing a watch or whatever. I wasn't really paying attention. I was going to just have Jason delete the footage after we're done with the party, but between you snorting cocaine and threatening me right now, I think it could come in handy, don't you?
Why are you doing this?
Leverage, obviously. Because unless the princess cares enough to do something about it, if I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me.
Hey.
Hey.
Did you... Was he able to,
Do I look locked up to you? Not a chance in hell was I going to let that happen.
Thank you.
Rain. You needed me, and I wasn't there.
You can't be there all of the time.
You could have been hurt, or...
But I wasn't. That's all that matters, isn't it?
You must have been so scared, trying to get a hold of me, and
I don't even remember any of it, okay? I was having a good time, and then I woke up here. That's it. That's all I remember. I went out, came home, and fell asleep. Nothing out of the ordinary. That's how I remember my night going. That's how I want you to remember my night going.
You went out, came home, and fell asleep.
That's right.
Okay.
That's all I remember.
I'm not letting her go, so you're going to need to bring your ass in here.
Wait, you mean you want me to...
Just get in here, Jonah.
You think you're ready to talk to the cops yet?
I want to get a hold of Bellamy first, if that's okay. I don't want to do this without her.
She said she'll drop by in the morning, so should be any minute now. Go back to bed. We'll call you for breakfast when it's ready. Or if Bellamy shows up, whichever comes first. What about Tresser? Should we let her know what's going on?
When's she coming back?
This afternoon.
We'll tell her then, after we've settled things a bit and talked to the cops. It's her first 24 hours away from the family. I don't want her to think we'd fall apart without her. No matter how true it is.
Tress?
What do you want?
I'm done with the shoot. Are you ready to talk now? Tresser, we're going to be heading back home soon. I really think we should talk before we hit the road.
Fine. Let's talk.
About last night?
What about it?
I want to know what you think about it. Did it mean anything to you?
Are you fucking with me right now? You can't actually think that last night meant something. Are you stupid?
Hey, you're the one who kissed me.
Look, I was just drunk and upset. Obviously, I didn't mean to.
It wasn't a quick kiss, Tresser. We had sex. That has to mean something.
I'm engaged, Simon. And unlike you, I actually care about keeping my relationship.
What relationship?
We are not doing this right now.
What can he offer you that I can't? I love you.
Simon.
I have loved you for years. And I feel like a part of you has always known that. And maybe felt the same way, but just like me, you were worried about what that might do to our friendship. But now we're past that. We're past it. We can look into us.
There's no us. There never was an us. There will never be an us. I don't want to be with you, and it's not because I'm with Ezra and you're with Raven. It's not because we never had the right timing, or because we're friends, or what other bullshit reason you've cooked up in that head of yours. I don't want to be with you because I don't love you in that way. I never did, and I never will. I couldn't be more clear about that.
Right, like with last night.
Last night was a mistake, and as far as I'm concerned, it never happened. I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to hear about it, and I don't want you to even think about it. You can go back to your girlfriend, or don't. I don't care. I just know that I'll be going back to Ezra. The man that I want to be with, the only man I will ever want to be with. So I'm going to need you to bury whatever feelings you have so deep down that you forget that they even exist. Or so help me God, Simon. If you don't, and it comes in the way of my happiness with Ezra, it will be the end of our friendship. Is that clear enough for you?
Hey, how'd you sleep? You alright?
Yeah. Last night was just terrifying.
Come here.
It looked like you were going into cardiac arrest, and I froze, and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't help you. The way Raven handled you, the way she calmed you down.
She's used to it. You're not.
Yes, I am. I'm a nurse. I'm supposed to be quick on my feet. But the thought of anything happening to you, I couldn't handle it.
That's sweet.
It's not sweet. It's dangerous. What if something happens to you in the future? What if you have a heart attack and I'm the only one there to help you?
Then I'll die happy.
I'm serious.
You'll figure me out, and I'll figure you out. We'll figure things out together, one step at a time.
Breakfast ready.
Smells great, babe.
When did that happen?
It's been a crazy 24 hours.
Bellamy.
Is she awake?
She is. She wanted to wait for you to be here before doing anything.
Let her know breakfast is ready.
Now can we call the cops?
Already on it.
Come in.
I'm so sorry.
I know. It's not your fault.
I shouldn't have left you alone.
I'm not going to let you crucify yourself for peeing, Bells. This isn't your fault. Besides, I hardly remember any of it.
You don't?
Well, not most of it anyway.
What about the boy? Do you remember what he looked like?
Well, we talked for a bit before he, slipped me the pill. Or whatever he slipped me, so... Yeah, I know what he looks like.
Are you sure? The whole night must have been pretty foggy and there were so many people.
I guess I'm not 100% sure. But Raven got a good look at him, too. Between both of our statements, we definitely got him. We're going to take him down, okay? You don't have to worry about it.
I'm the assistant sheriff, but you can call me Reese for short.
Jonah.
I'll call Rain.
Hopefully this is the first and last you'll hear of this family.
It certainly isn't the first, I'll tell you that much.
Right.
Rain, the cops are here.
Coming. Wow. I'm more nervous than I thought I'd be.
You don't have to do it.
What are you talking about?
You can say you don't remember. Take that weight off your shoulders.
And let him walk free. To do this to... I don't know how many other girls. I don't think so. Don't worry. I can handle this.
You can't turn him in.
What?
His dealer's Marley. If you turn him in, he'll turn her in. She said if it comes to that, she'll take me down with her.
But you're clean. She doesn't have anything on you. What else aren't you telling me?
I relapsed last night.
You said you were going to the bathroom, but really you went up to meet with her.
To ask her to leave me alone. She'd been sending me little gifts to fuck with me all week.
You were gone for half an hour. Long enough for him to set eyes on me to claim your seat. Long enough for him to talk me into believing he wasn't there to hurt me.
Rain.
Long enough for him to drug me and take me upstairs.
We can talk about this later, okay? You can yell at me, call me names, you can do whatever you want to do to me, but right now I need you to do this for me. I need you to protect me.
What about me?
I could face up to 3 years, Rain. This is my future. We're talking about our future together. Please, Rain, you can't do this to me. You would do this for me if you really loved me.
I can't.
Just tell them you don't remember. You wouldn't even be lying. You said it yourself.
I remember everything, okay? I remember the moment I realized what was happening. I tried to scream for help, but no words came out of me. I remember lying down on the bed, his hands creeping between my thighs. Well, I did everything I could to close my legs shut. I remember being worried about what it would do to us.
Think of what this would do to us. For fuck's sake, he didn't even get to rape you. Rain, I'm sorry,
Get out.
Rain.
Get out!
So, are you the guardian or is there a Ms. Rivers?
Both of our parents have passed away, but my younger sister, Tresser, is the guardian. She's unavailable right now.
What's taking them so long?
I'll call her again. Bellamy, where's...
Everything okay?
What's going on here?
Tress, you're home early.
I'm the assistant sheriff working on your sister's case.
What happened? Is Rain okay?
It's kind of a long story, but she's okay now.
Why the hell didn't you call me?
We were hoping we'd have things handled before then.
And how's that working out for you?
Okay, in our defense, you weren't supposed to be here for a couple of hours still.
You must be Rain. Are you ready to make a statement?